Hi everyone, my name is Simiya and I'm here to guide you through a basic yoga practice. Start by making your way into a comfortable seat, anything that feels best for your body. I'm sitting in easy pose. I also have a block underneath my sitting bones to find a little bit extra support for my body. You can place your hands somewhere that feels comfortable on your lap. You're welcome to close your eyes completely or bring your eyes to a soft gaze. Beginning to bring your awareness into your physical body, noticing how you feel on a physical level, emotionally, as well as taking some time to notice your breath. Over these next few moments, notice the way your body breathes. Notice the way the body expands each time you breathe in. And give yourself the permission to find relaxation each time you breathe out. The goal of this observation is to help your body find a deeper sense of relaxation and deeper connection to your breath. For these next few cycles of breath, allow the breath to slow down and deepen even more. You're welcome to take a few more breaths in through the nose and out through the nose, or feel free to breathe in through your nose and take a big open mouth exhale. Two more breaths here. You're welcome to stay here with your eyes closed, or you can gently blink open your eyes as you bring your awareness to your seat. Feel the connection that your body is making with the surface beneath you. And then shifting your awareness to your spine, feel your spine grow a little bit taller each time you breathe in. And as you exhale, take a moment to relax the shoulders down the back. And stretch the crown of your head up towards the sky. So to sit here in alignment with the head over the heart, heart over the pelvis. Take your hands at your sides, palms can face out. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Keep your sitting bones down on the ground. Feel a length in the sides of your body, your spine, shoulders relaxed. Exhale, take a twist to your right. So your left hand can come towards the center of your legs, or you can take your left hand to the right thigh. Right hand comes somewhere behind you as you inhale, straighten the spine as it feels comfortable, and exhale, deepen your twist. Breathing here, 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, unwind, come back to the center, stretch your arms up, feel that stretch in the sides of the body, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, twist to your left this time, so you can keep your right hand in the center or take your right hand to your left thigh, left hand somewhere behind you as you inhale, straighten, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepen the twist as it feels comfortable. Maybe you look over your left shoulder. 3 full breaths. Inhale, unwind, come all the way back through center, stretch your arms up. And then as you exhale, interlace your fingers and flip your palms up towards the sky. Continue to stretch your fingertips, your palms up. Keep your sitting bones down, relax your shoulders, feel even more length in your back, sides of your body. Take 1 more deep breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, break your hands free and bring your hands to your thighs or your knees. Exhale, you inhale, look up, lift your heart, your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, take your chin towards your chest. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round the spine. So continue to move with your breath. Inhale. Our seated cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, seated cat. 3 more rounds of this. Inhale, draw the spine up into a neutral position. Relax the shoulders. Take a big exhale. As you inhale, hands come out to the sides. Sweep your arms up and overhead. And exhale, take your right hand down. You can take your right fingertips down or your right palm down. Stretch up through the left fingertips and lean over to your right. Go as far over as this feels comfortable for you, but keep your sitting bones down on your mat or on your block or whatever you're sitting on. You could choose to look down, out, or up. Choose what feels best for your neck for 3 deep breaths. And then take an inhale, come all the way back up through center. Exhale, left fingertips come down, stretch up and lean over towards the left. So once again, choose how far you lean over to the left, look down, out, or up. Stay on your fingertips or come down onto the palms. And breathe. Inhale, come all the way back through center. Exhale, interlace the fingers, flip the palms, stretch up through the palms. Feel the rooting, the grounding in your sitting bones. Lengthen the sides of your body. Stretch up here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, break your hands free. Bring your hands back to your lap. And so here, you're welcome to stay on your prop if you're sitting on something, or you can come down onto the ground. I'm going to come down onto the ground for this. And we're going to do some seated circling. So just like we did before, take an inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, look up. This time as you exhale, round your spine and circle backward. Inhale, circle and press the heart forward. Exhale, round the spine and circle backward. We're going to keep going a little bit more in this direction. Stay connected to your breath. Inhale as you circle forward. And exhale, round back. Let's do 2 more circles in this direction. And then pause the next time you round your spine and switch. Inhale, press the heart forward as you circle. Exhale, round the spine and circle backward. Just like we did before. Inhale forward, exhale back. Breathing deeply, matching the breath with the movement as much as you can. Three more circles in this direction. Come all the way back through center, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Take your hands at your sides. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, once again, interlace the fingers, flip the palms up, stretch up, feel the length, create as much length as you can in the body while keeping your legs and your sitting bones anchoring down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in. And with an open mouth, exhale, release your hands. Take your legs out into a V shape in front of you. You can sit on a blanket or bring the bolster or a block back underneath the seat if that feels more supportive. And in this shape, you're welcome to have the knees in a generous bend or bend slightly. It's all going to depend on what support your body needs. Flex the toes towards your face. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, and then as you exhale, turn toward your right leg. So your hands can frame your right foot, and then you can start to crawl forward into a stretch over the right leg. If you have a strap, you're welcome to use a strap underneath your right foot. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or a scarf or some kind of stretchy fabric that you can make into your own strap. You can let your hands rest on your leg, or if it's available to you, you can reach towards your right foot and just lean as far forward as it feels comfortable for your body. Lead with your heart. And if you'd like, you could rest your forehead down on your leg. Or you can keep about a halfway lift like this. Take 3 more breaths, keep the toes flexed. And as you're ready on your inhale, slowly come all the way back up. And exhale, turn towards your left leg. So lift the heart space, hold here for a moment, flex your left toes, and choose how far you'd like to come forward into a stretch over your left leg this time. So hands can frame the leg, you could grab the leg, your foot. You can even take that strap or that homemade strap underneath your left foot to help your body into this shape. Flex the toes, fold as far over as it feels comfortable for you. 3 deep breaths here. Remembering to listen to your body throughout this entire practice. And then as you're ready, start to walk back up. Then turn towards center with your hands at your sides, maintaining a flex in the feet and the toes. Hands at the side. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. This time as we exhale, we'll lead with the heart, fold forward. So choose how far you'd like to go. It's always your choice. Hands could come here, or your hands could come towards the center of your legs. You could rest on your forearms, or you could crawl even further forward. Maybe you take the fingertips to the ground, forehead could reach the ground. Keep flexing those toes. Breathe here. And notice where you're feeling the sensation in your body. As you're ready, take an inhale, come all the way back up. As you exhale, bring the bottoms of your feet into touch. Heels can come in as close as you'd like to your body. Here's a space where you might need support from a prop. If my inner thighs are feeling kind of tight or stressed, I like to use a block underneath my knees. You could do this block on any height. It's really going to depend on what shape your body is in today and what level of care you need to support yourself with. So here I'm resting my hands either on the tops of my feet or on my ankles. Relax the shoulders, sit up nice and tall, lift the heart, breathe in, and breathe out. So your choice, you could stay here like this, or if you'd like, take an exhale and lead with the heart into a forward fold. If you're coming into a forward fold, or even if you're seated upright, press the knees down towards the blocks or down towards the ground to create a greater sense of stretch. Notice how you feel and what you feel here. And take one more breath in this shape. And then as you're ready, on an inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, remove any props that you have underneath the knees, and we'll make our way into a tabletop pose. Coming onto our hands and the knees on the mat. Some great ways to support yourself here are finding a blanket or two underneath your knees if you have sensitive knees. And you can also take your hands to the blocks. Blocks are great tools because they help bring the floor closer to you. You can always use a couple of books stacked up on top of each other, or a couple of thick books if you don't have yoga blocks. Options here are to press the tops of the feet into the mat, or you can tuck your toes under. I'm going to press the tops of my feet into the mat. So I'm pressing the tops of my feet into the mat. I'm pressing my shins into the mat, pressing my palms into my blocks, pressing the ground away from me. Taking a moment to relax my shoulder blades down my back and check in with my spine. I'm making my spine as long as I can here by reaching the crown of my head forward. And then one more thing to check in with here is my belly. I'm going to give my belly a slight toning by pulling my belly button in towards my spine. So this pose requires a lot more strength than you think. So let's pause here for 3 deep breaths in this tabletop pose, noticing what you feel. Feel free to utilize some of those open mouth exhales. Staying connected with your breath throughout this practice. And as you're ready, take an inhale, lift your hips, your heart, your gaze, come into cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, take your chin towards your chest, cat pose. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Even as you move the spine, continue to press the ground away from you with the palms and the shins. 2 more rounds of this. And then as you're ready, come back to a tabletop pose. From tabletop pose, bring your big toes to touch, take your knees out wide, and then press your hips back towards your heels. We're coming into a child's pose. Some options here are to stack the forearms and rest the forehead there. Or you can allow your hands to stretch out. You can walk onto the tips of the fingers or take your palms down onto the ground. You can relax your forehead on the ground, or you can feel free to take your forehead to a block. Press your hips back towards your heels. Feel the strength in the sides of the body. Breathing here, 3 more breaths. As you're ready, take an inhale and rise onto the tips of your fingers. As you exhale, walk your hands over towards the right for a side stretch. Allow your forehead to rest down on the ground or take your forehead to a block. Press your left hip back towards your left heel. Feel the stretch here on the left side of the body. Breathe in this shape. Maybe you'd like to take your left hand on top of the right. Inhale, rise onto the tips of the fingers, and exhale, walk your hands over towards the left this time. So here you can relax your forehead down towards the ground, press your right hip back towards your right heel, and feel the stretch in the right side of the body. Hands can stay side by side, or you can place the right hand on top of the left for 3 more breaths. As you're ready, on an inhale, rise onto the tips of the fingers, and exhale, come all the way back through center tabletop pose, back onto the hands and the knees. You can inhale, sweep your right arm up, and you can stretch up through the right fingertips, look up towards the sky if that feels comfortable for your neck. Take 2 deep breaths here. And as you exhale, we'll do something called thread the needle. So you'll take your right arm and your right hand behind your left wrist, come down onto your right shoulder. Your left hand can stay here underneath your left shoulder, or you can extend your left arm out, or maybe you wrap it behind your back. Take 3 deep breaths here. Feel that stretch between the shoulder blades as you twist. And then as you're ready, begin to unwind, left hand back underneath left shoulder. Take an inhale, sweep your right arm out to the side and up. And exhale, come back down to your tabletop pose and we'll switch. Inhale, sweep your left arm out to the side and up. Look up as you stretch the left fingertips up towards the sky. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale, thread the needle. So your left hand and your left arm are going to go behind your right wrist this time. Come down onto your left shoulder and rest your left cheek and your left ear on the ground. You can always find some support from a blanket or something to bring the ground a little closer to you. Right hand can stay here, or it can extend out, or maybe you wrap it behind your back. And just take note that each side of the body might feel different in the shape, so honor that. One more breath here. And then as you're ready, take your right hand back underneath your right shoulder. Then inhale, unwind. Open up, stretch up. And exhale, come back to your tabletop shape. Take an inhale, move through your cow shape, lift your hips, your heart, your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, find cat pose. 2 more times. Inhale, come into cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. And 1 more time. Come into your tabletop shape, and from tabletop pose, we'll step the right foot up between the hands, coming into a low lunge. So you can scoot your left knee back a little bit more if you need more stretch, or you can keep your left knee underneath your left hip. Some options here are to bring the hands to blocks, to bring the ground a little bit closer to you. You can keep your hands here. Maybe you take your hands to your right thigh. Your hands can come to your hips, your heart center, or you can guide your arms up and overhead. In either variation of this pose, keep a deep bend in your right knee, press into the 4 corners of your right foot, and move. Two more breaths here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, allow your hands to find the ground or your blocks and straighten your left leg. We're going to come into a half split. Flex your toes towards you and choose how far you'd like to fold. So some people might be here, some people might be here. It's all going to depend on your hamstrings and how deep of a stretch you need. You can use the blocks to come deeper into the stretch with support, and choose how far you'd like to fold over your right leg and hold here. Take 2 more breaths. As you inhale, come out of the shape back into your low lunge, and now we're going to flow between this low lunge and a half split. So inhale here. Exhale, float back to your half split and move with your breath freely on your own. Inhale, lift. Exhale, split. 2 more rounds like this. One more. Pause as you come back to that half split. Take your left hand down. The left hand can go on a block or on the ground, and twist open to your right. Reach your right fingertips up. You can look down, out, or up towards your right hand. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release your right hand, bend your right knee, and then we'll step back to tabletop pose, coming onto the hands and the knees. So take an inhale, move through a cow, lift your hips, your heart, your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, come into cat pose, and then press your hips back towards your heels, child's pose. So this time you could keep your knees close together if you'd like, or you can bring your big toes to touch, take your knees out wide. As you sink your hips towards your heels, stretch forward into your variation of child's pose. You can stack your forearms and rest your forehead. Or let the arms stretch forward, resting the forehead down towards the ground. Two more breaths here. Inhale, come all the way back into a tabletop shape. Then exhale, step your left foot up between your hands. So your choice if your hands are down on the ground or if your hands are on your blocks. And once again, you have the choice. You can slide your right knee back a little bit to get deeper into the stretch, or you can keep your right hip in line with your right knee. On any variation, press into the four corners of your left foot, keep it deep in your left knee, and choose if you want to stay on the blocks, left hand and right hand to hip. Or you could take your hands to your heart, arms up. Any variation that you choose, I'm going to bring my hands to my left thigh in this version. Breathe here and notice. Two more breaths in this shape. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the ground or to your blocks, and then straighten your left leg this time. Flex your toes towards you. Fold as deep as you'd like. So remember, you might be here, you might be about halfway, or you might be more upright with your hands on your blocks or your hands to your hips. 3 deep breaths. And as you're ready, take an inhale, come back to your lunge shape, and then we'll start to flow. So we'll move here, inhale, exhale, back to your half split. Go as far back as you'd like. Inhale forward, and exhale back. Let's do 3 more on this side. And after your third round, pause in your half split. Take your right hand down to a block or your right hand down to the ground and twist open towards the left this time. Stretching your left fingertips up. Choose if you look down, out, or up. 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, come out of this shape, back to a brief low lunge, and then move into your tabletop shape, hands and knees. Inhale, lift into cow, lifting the hips, heart, gaze. Exhale, round spine, come into cat pose. And then from here, inhale, come into a tabletop pose. Tuck your toes, keep your hips lifted. This time we're going to melt forward into a puppy pose. So start to melt your arms and your heart forward. Go as far down as it feels comfortable, so you can bring your forehead and your chest towards the ground. Keep your hips lifted, hips stacked over the knees, and breathe. If you come onto your fingertips, you can find even more of a stretch for the armpits, the upper back. Two more breaths here in puppy pose. As you're ready, inhale, make your way up into a brief tabletop pose. And then from tabletop pose, as you exhale, slowly make your way onto your belly on your mat. So as you come onto your belly on your mat, you can also come onto the forearms. So as you come onto the forearms, we'll come into a Sphinx pose. So this might feel a little bit, you feel some compression on the low back. And if this doesn't work for you, we can also do another variation. So here, the elbows are going to be underneath the shoulders. You're pressing into your palms and pressing into the forearms. And energetically pulling the palms towards the wall behind you, you'll feel your heart lift up even more. So you could be here. Or if this doesn't feel too good on your low back, stack your forearms and rest your forehead down. In either variation, we'll spend 3 deep breaths. Inhale. And as you exhale, if you're up into the Sphinx pose, go ahead and stack your palms and let your elbows come out to the side, resting your forehead down. From here, lift your feet off the ground and then start to windshield wiper the feet from side to side. Take 2 more breaths here. And draw your feet and your legs back through center. Relax your feet, relax your legs. And then take a moment to roll over onto your back. And as you come onto your back, bend your knees and plant the soles of the feet on the ground. Just taking a moment here, take an inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, draw your knees in towards your heart space, wrap your hands around your shins, and you can choose to rock from side to side here as you give yourself a hug. Or if you'd like, you can release your hands and circle the knees in one direction and then the other, offering a little massage to your low back here. Just taking a couple more breaths here. As you're ready, come all the way back through center and plant the soles of the feet on the ground. And then you'll extend your right leg. Extend your right leg on your mat. Let me move my bolster out of the way so you can see my feet. But I'll keep this close by because I'll actually end up using it later probably. So extend your right leg long and draw your left knee in towards you. And then start to draw your left knee in towards your left armpit. Flexing left and right toes. Really feel the contact between your right heel and the ground. Relax your shoulders as much as you can. And breathe. Feel free to utilize some open mouth exhales. 2 more breaths in this shape. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you can switch. So extend your left leg long on the mat. And then start to bend your right knee and draw your right knee in towards your body and then towards your right armpit. Flexing your toes, pressing down through your left heel. Relax the shoulders here. 2 more breaths. Inhale. As you exhale, release your right leg. And then inhale, take both arms up and overhead. Find a full body stretch. Reach through the tips of your fingers as you press out through your heels. And then you can press through your toes as you reach through the fingertips. Take another breath here. And then as you exhale, and draw the knees back in towards the heart space for that squeeze. This time, if you'd like, you can bring the knees in towards the nose or the nose back in towards the knee. And you rock from side to side. Or just hold here in this hug. 1 more breath here. And release this. Bend the knees, soles of feet on the ground. Then you can rest your hands at your sides. They can rest out wide or closer to the butt. Begin to cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh, pressing your right knee away from your body and flexing your toes. You're welcome to stay here, or if you'd like a little bit more, you can bend your left knee and wrap your hands behind your left thigh, flexing the toes. You can stay here, or you can rock from side to side. As you exhale, release your hands, your left foot, then your right. And then we'll switch. Take the left ankle on top of the right thigh, flex the toes. Your choice if you stay here or you lift your right foot off the ground, flex the toes. Stay here or rock from side to side. Relax your shoulders. 3 breaths here. As you're ready, you can come back through center if you're rocking. Release your hands, release your right foot and then your left. Take your feet about mat width distance apart. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lower your knees towards the right. Look over your left shoulder. So you can stay here like this, or you can take your right thigh, your right ankle on top of your left thigh if you want a deeper stretch. One more breath in this twist. And then when you're ready, switch. So you can unwind. You can inhale, come back through center. And this time, left knees go towards the left. And gaze goes over the right shoulder. Staying here. For this time, crossing your left ankle on top of your right thigh for a deeper stretch. Allowing your body to relax even more on your exhales. And take one more breath here. And then as you're ready, you can start to unwind. Draw your knees back through center. And just freely windshield wiper the knees from side to side. You can send your gaze over one shoulder and take the knees in the opposite direction. Moving with your breath. Get each side one more time. And come all the way back through center, knees bent. Start walking your heels as close to your hips as you can. And we're going to get ready for a bridge pose or a supported bridge, your choice. So I'll demonstrate both. For bridge pose, my heels are as close to my hips as I can get them. I can touch them. You might be able to touch your heels. Take your hands at your sides. And then as you inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips up and look up. Keep your gaze straight up towards the ceiling. You can stay here, or you can release your fingers as you draw your shoulder blades closer together to help you lift up even more. Keep your belly strong in this shape. And you can stay here for a few breaths, or option 2 is to come into supported bridge. You could use a block as your support, or if you have a bolster or a pillow, you could use it as well. So once again, gaze straight up, press into the feet, lift the hips, and this time you're placing your support directly underneath your sacrum. Your sacrum is a bony plate at the base of the spine, and you'll know it's too high if it's on your low back, and you know it's too low if it's just on your glutes. So the bolster or the block should rest on that shelf. You're welcome to stay here with your hands at your sides. You can snuggle the shoulder blades a little bit closer together. And then any variation, you're obviously doing a little bit more work in the bridge without the support. But if you like, you could lift one leg at a time. If you're in bridge without support, it's a lot of work. Or if you are in the supported bridge, you could also come out of that and lift your legs up towards the sky at the same time, both at the same time. So just play around here with what feels good for your body in this shape. And if you're in bridge without support, you can come out of that anytime. And then maybe you switch to this supported bridge and spend a few more breaths here. whenever you're ready. We'll come out of the bridge poses. If you're in supported bridge, press your feet into the ground, lift your hips, remove the support. Then you can take a moment to allow your knees to drape in towards each other. So this time the knees are knocking in towards each other. And you can take your hands at the sides, palms facing up. Pausing for a few breaths here. Whenever you're ready, we'll take the time to come into a state of rest. It's so important to finish our yoga practice with a resting pose. And you want to make sure that you are feeling as comfortable as possible here. So often I like to use something underneath my knees, like my bolster. It helps my back feel a little bit more relaxed. So you can take a bolster underneath your knees. If you have some pillows, you can take pillows underneath the knees. You can also take something underneath your torso or your head. A pillow for your head would be great as well. So come into your relaxation. You're welcome to rest on your back. You can rest on your belly. You can even come into a seated meditation if you prefer. So we'll take this time to close the eyes. Let the eyes come to a soft gaze. Allow your body to relax. Make any final wiggles that you need to get comfortable, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Any final stretches. And offer yourself this space to drift into a state of rest. Letting go of any control that you have over your breath. Enjoying the peace and the stillness here. Whenever you're ready, you can bring your awareness back into your physical body. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, circling the ankles and the wrists. And move the head and neck from side to side. And come into a full body stretch or any other first stretch that your body's asking for when you're ready. And if you're laying down on your back, you can make your way onto your side. And then come up into a comfortable seat at the top of your space. You can bring your hands together at the center of your heart, bowing your head down towards your hands. Taking this moment to notice how you feel and notice what's changed for you in this practice. Taking the time to thank yourself for practicing self-care. And I thank you for joining me and allowing me to guide you through your practice. And we can bow forward to close. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope this practice helped bring you a sense of peace